Right. We are approaching the end of our summer season, as the Brits at least know it, approaching autumn. And in the interest of shifting my so called seasons into the more organic and natural approach, all on theme with petals, obviously, I'm starting to prepare what the plans are for the next season/quarter, however you want to phrase it. I've just got off the back of a coaching call with my good friend and coach, Adrian Lansdowne, adrianlansdowne.com, if you are interested. But the conversation was great, and it gave me an opportunity to think about what we've actually achieved over the last 3 months, let's say, especially through the summer months, what I have coming up in the next 3 months, and what I need to do to organize my thoughts and make sure that I've got a decent action plan around it. So we're going to be checking in every couple of weeks, or a sprint, as we know it in the software engineering world, and using that opportunity to kind of reflect on how I'm looking against my short to midterm goals, what that means as a broken down action on each iteration, and where my focus should be for the immediate future. So this coming season, I really want to ramp up the use of the Petals framework, especially through the app that we've been building over the last year or so. This past couple of weeks, I've been looking at improving the UI. We're introducing a new design library called Daisy UI, very on brand, obviously, and ideally giving it a more simpler and cleaner user experience for anyone that does use the app. In 3 weeks' time, I've got my first public speaking gig of the season at Milton Keynes Geek Night. Link will be in the show notes. And I've also got another talk the next week down in London around my journey from software engineering to leadership, where I will be touching on team health and the origins of where Petals came from. All this is so I can try to get the word out there around Petals, get other people using it, get people seeing the value in it, and then I can start measuring that through things like the app, the newsletter, and all the other bits that I've set up. So this sort of content will be complementary and dropped in where it's relevant, but I don't want to become a slave to creating regular content just for the sake of it. I want to make meaningful content that feeds into that goal for my season. The aim of the season is to get teams regularly using the framework, ideally in the app. I've set some metrics around that so I can measure how we're progressing. I've set some timelines around that. So by the end of this year, I should be able to see this. And I can also look for any teams where they've tried it and it's not followed through. And I can use the mailing list to engage with those organizations and find out what it was that held them back, put them off, whatever it might be. But the main goal for me this season is to get more teams using Petals in their organizations regularly and feeling the value from doing so. I'm going to be posting content like this regularly as possible. I don't want to make it too long, but I want to give you the substance and the context behind it. And I will try to keep on top of the regular updates. It might not be every fortnight, it might not be every month, but I do want to make sure that it's relevant and that things are being shared. I will start getting into making more content for Petals, for the app, and all the supporting content around team health as a whole. To follow the journey, make sure you register on the newsletter, petals.team/newsletter. That should give you free access to the web app. It will provide regular content around team health and all the content and the progress we're making. Plus, you can reach out. You've got my personal email address on there. And if you want to start talking about this stuff, I'm always open. Keep following the journey and let's make our teams healthier.